Hello everyone and welcome to Ukulele on the Ground Songs Made Easy. My name is Aldrine. I'm going to be your instructor for today. And today is a brand new month and we're learning a brand new song. The song is called Guava Jelly by Bob Marley. And as usual, we have the Ukulele on the Ground lesson on this. So for those of you folks who are non-beginners who want to try out the song, this is an original key with the original strumming pattern, check that out. If you if you want to learn along with us, that's awesome too. So you might pick up a few things along the way, because not only am I going to show you guys how to play these chords, but I'll show you guys efficient ways to go from chord to chord so that the changes are a lot smoother. With this song, there's going to be a lot of chord changes. We're working with 4 chords, but the combination of chords that we're going to be doing will be changing throughout the song. Okay, so it's a nice challenge to kind of give ourselves a way to get from, in this case, from A to D, A to E7, D to E7, and A to F sharp minor, so on and so forth. There's going to be all these different chord combinations, and it's a great way to practice going from one chord to the other. All right, so let's get started. This is a song called Guava Jelly, and it sounds like this for those of you folks who have not heard this song. It goes like this. You say you love me, I said I love you, so why don't you stop your crying and dry your weary eyes? You know that I love you so. Da 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 damsel, here I am. Come rub upon my belly like guava jelly. Da 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 damsel, here I stand. Come rub upon my belly with your guava jelly. Alright, so nice and easy. Like I said, there's going to be, a few different chord changes in this song, but we're going to try to get through them, and I'll explain to you guys efficient ways to go from one to the other. Alright, so first off, we're going to learn the chord A. So middle finger goes on the G string 2nd fret, pointer finger on the C string 1st fret. So for this, I like to use my big knuckle on my pointer finger to just kind of rest it here on the headstock of my ukulele. You don't have to rest it on there, you can kind of keep it close by, but for myself, and you'll learn later on when we go to the D chord, it's going to be a little bit easier to get this this angle now, because what we're doing with our hands when we take this wrist and swing it around and rest this big knuckle on our headstock like this is we're hitting the strings from a different angle. Notice if we go here where our wrist is pointing down to the ground, it's going from a straight, like from the bottom up, hitting those notes that we want to hit. But when you rest it down, it's hitting it from an angle. Why that's great is because the next chord that I'm going to show you is a D chord. So the D chord, pointer finger goes in the G string 2nd fret, middle finger C string 2nd fret, ring finger E string 2nd fret. So if I were to have my wrist down here and I try to play that chord, it's just not going to work. Okay, like having that much fingers in that tiny little space. If we think about it, if we isolate this space is like that tiny, and we're trying to stuff all those notes in there. All right, so if we hold our A chord with our big knuckle here like this from an angle, you can use your thumb in the back like the hook. We've talked about the hook here in this show, like a hook, but make sure not to touch the top string. When you get to the D chord, what you're gonna do is you're gonna use your thumb and where your big knuckle is on your pointer finger, so you can kind of let this chord go for a little bit. And see, my fingers are getting ready for the D chord, because when you go from the A to the D, you have to let go of the A chord in order to get to the D. This is not one of those chords that you might be able to anchor like you would have one and you would keep it down, just kind of anchor it so you can get to the next chord. This is one of those chords you have to lift up all your fingers in order to get to the next one. Okay, so from A, because we have support from our big knuckle, from our thumb, it works out fine because we can lift this up and we're still in control of our ukulele. And what I'm gonna do is when I lift this up, my pointer finger, my middle finger almost switches position. See that? Because in the A position, my pointer finger is lower than my middle finger, but when I get to the D, my middle finger is lower than my pointer finger. And then I take my ring finger and I tuck it right underneath that middle finger, which then gets me my D chord. Okay, if I get this pinky finger out of the way here like this, it's this D. So A to this D. Alright, and the next chord is an E7. So E7, pointer finger on the G string 1st fret, middle finger C string 2nd fret, ring finger A string 2nd fret. So this one you can anchor. So what an anchor in this one, you can use your middle finger. You can leave it there since we're playing C string 2nd fret anyway. Release your pointer and your ring finger. Ring finger goes down 1 string, same fret, to the A string 2nd fret. Pointer finger to the G string 1st fret. So basically just pointer finger 1 fret back. So from the D to the E7, it's a pretty easy transition. And notice I still have my thumb up here, still have my my big knuckle holding it down there. So from your A to your D to the E7, we got a nice, ways of switching from one chord to the other. All right. So one last chord that I'm going to show you that we're going to use in this song is an F sharp minor. So middle finger goes on the G string 2nd fret, pointer finger on the C string 1st fret, and your ring finger on the E string 2nd fret. So you can take a look at this like if you're playing an A chord, you're just adding on your ring finger to the E string 2nd like this. So nice and simple. And this F sharp minor really only shows up one time during this song, and that's after an A. And it goes to a D. So what that means, you can use your ring finger from an F sharp minor to a D, use your ring finger as an anchor, so lifting up your pointer and middle finger, and then adding it to your D chord like this. So from the F sharp minor to your D chord, nice and simple if you use your ring finger as an anchor there. Okay, so those are your chords. We have A, D, E7, and F sharp minor. Okay, so not too bad. If you are a first day beginner, this might be a little bit, new and a little bit difficult. But with a little bit of work, you should be all good. Okay, so it's just about keeping your fingers steady, and if you use the techniques of using your big knuckle and that's this kind of thumb hook that we have here, it makes it easier to hold those chords or at least be stable when you're switching from one chord to the other. All right. Now, just as a reminder to you folks, if you're having a hard time, if you can't quite get to those, don't worry about it. Just try your best. If you are that day one beginner that I was just talking about, it doesn't hurt to just try. It's new chords. You don't want to be playing the same C, F, G all the time. You don't want to be playing C, F, G for every song. You know what I mean? You want to learn something new every now and then, and this is a great opportunity to learn some new chords and how to hold them and switch between them. All right, and also if you guys are more visual learners and if you guys want to see these as a diagram and kind of see the chord progressions at work, we do have them for download below. So if you check out the description to this video, which is below, so check out the description below and click on the link to our newsletter. If you sign up for the newsletter, it'll give you a link to where you can download this and pretty much all the other songs that we have here on Songs Made Easy. All right, so it'll show you the chords. It'll also show you the chord patterns that we have for the verse, pre-chorus, and the chorus. But a little heads up for you folks who have downloaded the song sheet. In the pre-chorus, we got mixed up a little bit on the A and D. We'll fix it later on. We'll redo the handout. But the pre-chorus, it's supposed to be D first and then A. So if you just switch the two chords around, we should be all good. All right. Now that we know how to switch, between those chords, let's take a look at the other switches that we're going to make with this song. So we know how to switch from A to D, right? If we want to go from D back to A, which we'll do in the chorus, you basically do the same thing. You keep your grip on the big knuckle and your little hook with the thumb, so you can let it go and go back. So all you're doing is letting this chord go and switching your two fingers again, pointer and middle finger. So one goes down, one goes up. And when you go back to the D, one goes down, one goes up. See that? So I'm just switching my pointer and middle finger around. So if I were to take out my ring finger from the equation, it looks like this. So it's like my two fingers are just doing some hopscotch or something, you know? So from A to D, then back to A. So now from A to E7, which we'll also do in the chorus, you're basically going to do the same thing as you did with the A to D, whereas the pointer finger will go on top, but then this time it's not going to go to the second fret, it'll just stay on the first fret. So pointer finger from the C string first fret to the G string first fret. Meanwhile, middle finger from the G string second fret to the C string second fret. And then lay your ring finger A string second fret down like this. So from A to E7. That's pretty much all the changes, you know, that we have. So we know how to change from A to D, from D to E7, from A to F sharp minor, from F sharp minor to D. Also, we know how to change from D to A, and also A to E7. So now that we know how to change between all that, let's take a look at our chords. And now our chords for this song, let's break it down into verse, pre-chorus, and chorus. So the verse, nice and simple, we're gonna do two of these. It's 4 down strums on A, so 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all going to be even numbers, so it's easier to remember. D for 2 strums, 1, 2, then E7 for 2 strums. So A, D, E7. You can think of it as aid. So your aid 2 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now the next line, each chord is going to get 4 strums. Now you can remember this easy because you just played aid, A, D, E. This one you're going to add an F sharp minor in between A and D. So it's going to be A, F sharp minor, D, then E7. Okay, so A, F sharp minor, D, E7. Each one's going to get 4 down strums. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then to the D. 2, 3, 4. And E7. Okay, and then we get to the pre-chorus, which I said, you know, we got mixed up on the handout, but it's going to be D first for 4 beats. You know that I, then to the A, love you, then to the E7. I love you so. So instead of aid, it's actually day, D-A-E. So you got aid with an F sharp minor, and then we got day. Okay, and the chorus, it goes Adade, Adade, A-D-A-D-A-E, Adade. You know, I was walking with my friend the other day. You know, it's like that's what you say, right, Kai?
Just download the favorite. Just download the favorite.
The other day, I was walking with my friend, and we were jamming the song Guava Jelly. That's how you remember the chords to the chorus. Now people will never forget.
I'm sure.
It goes A 4 times. Da 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 damsel D. I am back to A, back to D. Rub up on my belly like guava jelly. So A for 4 times, and then D 2 times, A 2 times, D 2 times, A 2 times, and E7 4 times. All right. So now that we've gone over them, you can check it out by signing up for the newsletter, so you can kind of have them all in front of you. So when we play this song together, you can follow along quickly. Okay. Follow along. Try your best. If if you still need to work on it, on it a little bit more, don't worry about it. Try your best. Just strum along, even if you're playing the wrong chord, or if you're hearing something buzzing or something like kind of catching on that chord, you're not quite holding it correctly. Try your best. Right? Just catch us maybe on the next chord. And if you can't do that, catch us on the next chord after that, and the next chord after that. And if not, you can use your Z chord, which is just taking your 4 fingers and placing them down like this. So it goes da 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 damsel, here I am. Come rub upon my belly like guava jelly. And then you can always just go back. All right, so let's play this song. Here we go. Follow your handouts. 1, 2, A, D, E. Let's sing. Here we go. You said you love me. I said I love you. So why don't you stop your crying and dry your weary eyes? To the D, pre-chorus. You know that I love you so. Da 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 da, damsel, here I am. Come rub upon my belly with your guava jelly. Repeat. Da 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 da, damsel, here I stand. Come rub upon my belly with your guava jelly. Back to the verse. I really love you. Yes, I really love you, darling. So why don't you stop your little crying and dry your weary eyes? To the D, pre-chorus. You know that I love you from the bottom of my heart. La da 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 da, damsel, here I am. Come rub upon my belly with your guava jelly. Da 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 da, damsel, here I stand. Come rub upon my belly like guava jelly. Yeah, that's a song called Guava Jelly by Bob Marley. So, did that help you guys out? Aid? Aid with an F sharp minor? With day? And what was the last one, Kai?
Just download the chord. No, it's
Out of day.
out of day.
Out of day.
It's the stuff you eat with popcorn.
Yeah, I was
Out
just
of
gonna
day.
say I went to the movies and I put some out of day in my popcorn.
I ate popcorn last night and I ate it with stale out of day.
With the
No-
chorus
no
from
joke.
Guava Jelly.
Yep.
All right, so let's play it one more time. You guys down to play it one more time?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. To the D and E7. It's a little intro there. You say you love me. I said I love you. So why don't you stop your crying and dry your weary eye? To the D. You know that I love you so. Da 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 da, damsel, here I am. Come rub upon my belly with your guava jelly. Da 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 da, damsel, here I stand. Come rub upon my belly like guava jelly. I really love you, darling. I really love you. So why don't you stop your little crying and dry your weary eyes? D. You know that I love you from from the bottom of my heart. La da 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 da, damsel, here I stand. Come rub upon my belly like guava jelly. Da 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 da, damsel, here I stand. Come rub upon my belly like guava jelly. I always get tempted to do the guava jelly, guava jelly, but that's Kyle Curd voice. We're sticking to strictly Bob Marley on this one.
Hey. You meant the original Kyle
The
Creator
original
Boy.
Kyle Curd voice.
And Bob
version.
Marley did a cover of them. Right?
Famously did a cover.
Yeah. Just like how the Grateful Dead did a cover of their song, Friend of the Devil. And Van Morrison did a cover of their song.
I think Kyle Curd was the most covered band in history.
Yeah. Of all time.
Of all
Yeah,
time.
for sure.
Of all time. Yeah.
Yep.
Music haters. No, they're not. Like, we know.
I forgot that we have to put the sarcasm, right? Like
sarcasm, sorry, we gotta put it up.
Yeah. We're just joking.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope this, kind of helps you guys out in kind of exploring a new key, because I know a lot of you folks play in C. I know we've done a lot of songs in G and stuff, and maybe in F. But A is a great key to play in as well, and it kind of teaches you to to get a grip on your ukulele, because if you don't get a grip on that you're doing a lot of changes from A. You can for those of you folks who know your chords a little bit more, sometimes you go to a B minor, from there. Sometimes you go to a C minor if you're playing drop baby drop and stuff. But A is one of those keys that you have to let go in order to get to to the next chord, unless you're playing an F sharp minor like how we did. Now, when you play in something like G, you let it go, but the notes are so close to each other, or F and B flat and C, they're so close. But A kind of forces you to jump out of that this position and change position, and it's good to kind of get used to this, hugging the the neck of your ukulele with your big knuckle and the thumb here, so you can support yourself, kind of jumping from one chord to the other. Songs like this is easy if you just rely on the down strums. So you can use the when I'm changing my chords, I'm going da 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 damsel. See what I mean? Like, I'm waiting till the end, and then I'm lifting up, and I'm getting to the chord. A lot of people, are kind of like asking me questions, or they've emailed me and saying like, oh, I'm getting all these undertones whenever I'm like switching from one chord to the other. It's not necessarily a bad thing if you're in the same key anyway.
I think people say too, like, oh, I hear you play the open chord,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not necessarily that you're playing
Mm-hmm.
openly, right? Mm-hmm. It's just that when you pull off, like, the strings are still ringing, so you
get
hear
an undertone. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what people hear, and like that happens a lot. That happens so much in music that it really is okay.
Yeah. So even regardless of what what key you're in, even if I'm playing in the key of E, and this open chord isn't necessarily part of that scale. For those of you advanced people who know your scales, it still works. So if I'm going from E, and I will deliberately do a strum, like an up strum to the down strum where I land on the chord, and it sounds okay. You know what I mean? It's not. No one's gonna tell you that. Oh, there's every time he does that, it's like that note sounds wrong. No, it's like it's just about utilizing that to get from one chord to the other a lot better, a lot smoother. It sounds better than if I just go from the E to to the B, or from E. I can't even do it. Like it's so
and it's so
inefficient.
It's so fast that you like people do notice it, but it's not a thing to like. It's not gonna stop the song, or it's not gonna make the song.
It's not. I mean, it happens so subtle, and it becomes kind of like what we call a ghost note. Now, what a ghost note is just kind of hides, in the it's there, but it's not really there. Kind of like a ghost, where it's transparent. So you can use the open chord, or the open strings, as kind of like a bridge to get from one chord to the other. So that's what I'm doing. So even if I did like down up strums, ooh baby, here I am. still sounds okay. You know, no one's gonna say that, oh, that, you know, that sounded wrong. Every time you did that, it sounded wrong. It's still fine. So it's good to kind of know how to do these, do the clean chord changes. All right. So instead of like kind of going from, I can't even do it. Like some people go from A to the D without like doing the open chord and just go straight to it, and that's when that's when you start kind of messing up a little bit. Now, I hope you guys take this. Hope you guys practice it and stuff. We will definitely be playing this tomorrow on our jam. We now have a Songs Made Easy jam on Fridays that happens at 12 o'clock Hawaii Standard Time to about 12:45. Then at 1 o'clock we have the actual
well, not the actual.
We have Aloha Friday Live Jam,
Yeah.
Songs Made Easy Jam, and Aloha Friday Live Jam, and then after that we have private lessons. What are private lessons? It is a special it's a special thing that we have over on UU Plus. What is UU Plus? It is Ukulele Underground, but better, but more, but better, but more better. Okay, more better. Some of you would say. Now, UU Plus is to take your ukulele playing to the next level. If you're serious about getting better at the ukulele, signing up for UU Plus is the best first step that you will ever take. In order to be becoming a better musician, not just becoming a better ukulele player, but becoming a better musician. Just today, we had what we call Thursday live lessons, and we had our guest Mike Odo, and we're talking about music. We're talking about music theory. We're talking about just growing as a musician. So if you're ready to take that first step in getting better at not just the ukulele but music and learning an entire new language that is fun. And also it's great to share, with your friends and family. Then head over to Ukulele Underground and sign up for UU Plus.
Yeah, we have lessons for like every level, right?
Yeah.
Starting from like we said, if you just started, if today's your first day with the ukulele, we have lessons for you, going all the way up to like soloing, improvising, doing really advanced stuff.
Like arrangements. Now, so you're probably asking yourself, yeah, but what about that private lesson thing that you were talking about? So over on UU Plus, one of the ways that we help you improve, not just as an ukulele player, but as a musician, is you get private one-on-one time with yours truly. So I'll contact you via FaceTime or Skype or Zoom, and we can kind of I can take a look at what you're doing. I can give you some feedback. It's like having a private instructor right there at your own home, via Skype, via FaceTime, via Zoom. I'm there to kind of help you every step of the way. All right, so please head over to ukuleleunderground.com, sign up for UU Plus to take your ukulele playing to the next level. All right, so with that said, thank you folks so much for watching. If you want to check out more of this, we have our whole series up on our YouTube channel, so please check that out. Check out ukuleleunderground.com for more. We have this song, this original key, and many, many, many other songs. I know it's December, so we have an awesome one for the holidays. You can check out. Have yourself a Merry Little Christmas. We have a solo arrangement of Silent Night, so make sure you check those out. And we also have another solo song coming up pretty soon, right, Kai?
Trying for next week.
Okay.
Hopefully.
What is that song?
Oh Holy Night.
Oh Holy Night. So we have Oh Holy Night coming in, and it's just we're trying to fill you guys with as much music before the year is over and the new year. We've said it before. We're gonna say it again. We're very excited. We're doing lots of cool things over here at Ukulele Underground. So make sure you lock it in here on UU. We'll see you guys next time. Aloha.